Imagine a woman who stood up against powerful governments, who used trees as weapons of peace, and who inspired millions to rise for justice. This is the story of an African heroine who turned green into gold, not for herself, but for her people, her land, and the entire world. An environmentalist, a political activist, and an undeniable force of nature herself. Professor Wangari Maathai. Born in 1940 in the heart of Kenya's Central Highlands, she witnessed the beauty of rich forests, clean rivers, and fertile lands. But she also saw the creeping destruction of colonialism. Forests cut down, rivers drying, and communities suffering. Wangari wasn't just an ordinary village girl. Her brilliance shone early, and in 1960, during the Kennedy Airlift program, she got a chance very few African girls had, a scholarship to study in the United States. In America, she studied biology, earning her bachelor's and master's degrees before returning to Kenya. Later, she became the first woman in East and Central Africa to earn a PhD in veterinary anatomy. But her journey was not about titles. It was about change. Back home, Wangari saw how women suffered the most from environmental destruction. They walked long distances to fetch firewood, water, and food, all because the forests were gone. She realized, if you want to empower people, start with the land. And so in 1977, she founded the Green Belt Movement. The idea was simple yet revolutionary. Plant trees. Trees gave firewood, fruit, shade, medicine, and restored rivers. One tree at a time, she was healing the land and the people. Wangari and the women faced skepticism, ridicule, and immense practical challenges. They were often dismissed as just women planting trees. But they knew better. They knew that each seedling represented hope, sustenance, and a fight for their future. What started with a handful of women spread like wildfire across Kenya and beyond. One of her most famous battles was saving Nairobi's Uhuru Park in 1989 from being turned into a concrete jungle. She rallied ordinary citizens, stood up against powerful men, and won. To her, trees were not just trees. They were symbols of freedom, democracy, and dignity. Wangari's fight was not for trees alone. She spoke against corruption, land grabbing, and dictatorship. The government saw her as a threat. She was arrested, beaten, and humiliated, also branded a mad woman. Yet every time she was pushed down, she rose taller, like the very trees she planted. Her courage caught the world's attention. In 2004, Wangari Maathai made history as the first African woman to receive the Nobel Peace Prize, not for war, not for politics, but for planting trees, proving that peace is rooted in how we treat our environment. She was the first African woman and the first environmentalist to receive this prestigious honor. The Nobel Committee recognized her for her holistic approach to sustainable development that embraces democracy, human rights, and women's empowerment. Wangari became a global icon, working with the UN, mentoring women, and inspiring generations. She showed that true leadership is service, not power. Can you imagine the journey? From a young girl in rural Kenya witnessing environmental destruction to becoming a global icon who inspired millions and literally changed the landscape of her nation. Wangari Maathai passed away in 2011, but her legacy lives on. The Green Belt movement continues its vital work, having planted over 51 million trees. She taught us that defending the environment is defending democracy, defending human rights, and building peace. Her life is a powerful reminder that one person with unwavering conviction and the courage to act can indeed change the world. She faced immense struggles, but her wins were not just personal triumphs, they were wins for humanity and for the planet. What do you find most inspiring about Wangari Maathai's story? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who needs a dose of inspiration, and subscribe for more stories of incredible African legends. Until next time, keep fighting for what you believe in, and let's all try to be a little more like Wangari.